Stop scrolling. I want you to look at your bank account right now. Not later. Right now. Does the number in there make you feel safe? Does it make you feel free? Or does it make you feel a tightness in your chest? A quiet panic that maybe, just maybe, you are working your life away for a paycheck that is disappearing faster than you can earn it? If you feel that panic, it is not because you are lazy. It is not because you are stupid. It is because you are following a rule book that was written for a world that no longer exists. If you Google how to budget today, millions of articles, YouTube gurus, and financial experts will scream the same advice at you. They will tell you to follow the golden rule of personal finance. The 50, 30, 20-inch rule. You know the one. 50% of your income goes to needs. 30% goes to wants. And 20% goes to savings. It sounds so perfect, doesn't it? It sounds so balanced. It sounds responsible. But I am here to tell you the truth that the banks and the credit card companies are terrified you will figure out. The 50/30/20 rule is a scam. It is a trap designed to keep you in the middle class forever. It is a mathematical formula that guarantees you will work until you are 75 years old, tired, broken, and wondering where all your time went. If you follow this rule in 2026, you are walking off a cliff. In the next 15 minutes, I am going to dismantle this lie piece by piece. I am going to show you why budgeting is actually keeping you poor. I am going to expose the 30% trap that is draining your wealth. And most importantly, I am going to give you the new code, the aggressive, unfair, mathematical formula that the rich actually use to escape the rat race while they are still young enough to enjoy it. My name is Ryan, and on this channel, we don't follow the rules. We break them. We are building a community of people who are escaping the matrix, not polishing the bars of their cage. If you want to be free, smash that subscribe button right now. Do it. Destroy it. Let's get to work. First, we need to understand the crime scene. Where did this rule come from? The 50/30/20 rule was popularized by Elizabeth Warren in her book, All You're Worth. That book was published in 2005. 2005. Let's take a trip down memory lane. Do you know what the world looked like in 2005? The average rent in America was about $800. A carton of eggs cost 90 cents. A new car cost about $20,000. The economy of 2005 is a fairy tale compared to the economy of 2026. Using a budget rule from 2005 today is like trying to navigate New York City using a map from 1850. The roads have changed. The bridges are gone. And if you follow that map, you are going to drive straight into a river. Let's break down the first pillar of this lie. 50% for needs. This rule assumes that your rent, your groceries, your utilities, your health insurance, your car payment, and your gas, all of that, can fit into half of your paycheck. Let's look at the brutal math. The average take-home pay for a single person is around $4,000 a month. According to this golden rule, your entire existence needs to cost $2,000. Have you looked at Zillow lately? In any major city worth living in, rent alone is taking 40 to 50% of people's income. That is just the roof over your head. That doesn't include the electricity to keep the lights on. It doesn't include the internet you need to do your job. It doesn't include the food that has doubled in price in the last 3 years. For most people watching this video, your needs are naturally sitting at 65 or 70%. And that isn't because you are buying Gucci bags. It's because the cost of survival has skyrocketed while wages have stayed flat. So when these gurus tell you to just keep your needs to 50%, they are giving you impossible advice. It makes you feel like a failure. It makes you feel like you are doing something wrong, when in reality, the game is rigged against you. But that's not even the part that makes me angry. I can forgive the needs part because inflation is hard to control. The part that makes me furious, the part that is keeping you broke, is the 30% for wants. Listen to me closely. This rule, this golden rule, literally gives you permission to blow 30% of your hard-earned money on garbage. Think about that. If you make $60,000 a year, this rule tells you it is financially responsible to light $18,000 on fire every single year. $18,000. That is a brand new car. That is a down payment on a rental property. That is a portfolio of stocks that could pay you dividends for the rest of your life. But instead, the 50/30/20 rule tells you to spend it on wants. What are wants? They are the traps. They are the expensive dinners where you pay $30 for a plate of pasta that cost 50 cents to make. They are the streaming services you don't watch. They are the upgrades to the new phone every September just because the camera has 1 extra megapixel. This rule is designed to turn you into a consumer. It trains you to think that spending money is the reward for earning money. The middle class looks at that 30% category and says, "Oh, I have to spend this. It's in the budget." So they lease the BMW. They buy the designer clothes. They upgrade their lifestyle to match their income. This is called lifestyle creep. And it is the reason why doctors and lawyers who make 300 grand a year are still living paycheck to paycheck. They are following the rule. They are spending their 30%. And they remain slaves to their jobs because of it. And finally, we get to the 20% savings. This is the part that tricks you. It sounds good, right? Saving 20% is better than zero. Most people save nothing. So if you save 20%, you must be doing great. Wrong. Let's look at the compounding math. Math doesn't care about your feelings. Math only cares about the truth. If you save 20% of your income and you invest it with average returns, do you know how long it takes to reach financial independence? 37 years. If you start following this rule at age 25, you will be free at age 62. If you start at age 35, you will be free at age 72. That isn't financial freedom, guys. That is standard geriatric retirement. That is working the best years of your life, selling your energy and your youth to a corporation, just so you can finally quit when you are too old to enjoy it. Is that what you want? Did you click on this video because you want to be rich when you are 70? Or did you click on this video because you want to be free now? If you want to escape the rat race in 5 years, or 7 years, or 10 years, 20% is a joke. It is a slow lane to mediocrity. So, now that we know the rule is a scam, what do? Do we just give up? Do we accept that inflation has won? No, we fight back. But we don't fight with the old weapons. We use a new strategy. I call this the reverse budget. Most people budget backwards. They get paid. They pay their landlord first. Then they pay the car note. Then they go to the bar. Then they buy the clothes. And then, at the end of the month, they look at what is left over and say, "Okay, I guess I'll save this." Usually, there is nothing left over. This is leftover thinking. It is why you are broke. The reverse budget flips the equation. It changes the order of operations. Step 1. You pay your freedom first. Before you pay rent. Before you buy groceries. Before you even think about buying a coffee, you pay your future self. You need to pick a savings number that hurts. Not 20%. 20% is comfortable. I want you to aim for 30%. 40%. If you are a savage, 50%. You take that number. Let's say it's $1,000. And you set up an automatic transfer for the exact day you get paid. The money hits your checking account, and boom, it is gone. It moves instantly to a separate brokerage account or savings account that you cannot touch. You don't see it. You don't feel it. It doesn't exist to you. Step 2. You survive on the rest. This is the part where people panic. I can hear you screaming through the screen right now. But Ryan, if I save 40%, I won't have enough money for my lifestyle. Exactly. That is the point. The 50/30/20 rule tries to fit your savings into your lifestyle. The reverse budget forces your lifestyle to fit into your savings. If you take the money away first, you force yourself to adapt. Humans are incredibly adaptable creatures. If you only have $2,000 left in your account for the month, you will figure it out. You will stop buying the $7 lattes. You will cancel the subscriptions you forgot about. You will cook at home. You might even realize that you can't afford that luxury apartment, and you will move to a cheaper place. This is painful. I'm not going to lie to you. It sucks. But do you know what sucks more? Waking up at 65 years old, realizing you have no money, and having to work as a greeter at Walmart because you spent your 30s leasing cars you couldn't afford. That sucks. Sacrificing your wants for a few years is a small price to pay for a lifetime of freedom. Now, I want to talk about the psychology of this. Because money isn't just math. Money is behavior. The reason the 50/30/20 rule fails is that it identifies you as a consumer. It assumes that your natural state is to spend. You need to have an identity shift. You have to stop looking at money as something to buy things with, and start looking at money as something to buy time with. Every dollar you spend on a want is a soldier you are firing from your army. When you spend $100 on a dinner, that money is gone. It died. It will never work for you again. But if you invest that $100, it becomes an employee. It goes out into the world and recruits more dollars. And then those dollars recruit more dollars. When you start the reverse budget, you are building an army. Let me give you a real-world example of what this looks like. Let's take two guys, Broke Brian and Rich Ryan. Broke Brian follows the 50/30/20 rule. He makes $5,000 a month. He spends $1,500 on wants. He leases a nice car. He goes to happy hour. He looks rich. He saves his 20%, maybe, if he remembers. At the end of the year, Brian has saved $12,000. He feels okay, but he is still trapped. He still has to go to work on Monday. Rich Ryan makes the same $5,000 a month. But Ryan ignores the rule. Ryan decides he wants to be free in 10 years. So Ryan sets his savings rate at 50%. Ryan drives a 10-year-old Toyota. Ryan cooks chicken and rice at home. Ryan doesn't have Netflix. He watches free YouTube videos to learn skills. Ryan saves $2,500 a month. That is $30,000 a year. In 5 years, assuming a modest return, Brian has about $70,000. That's a nice car. But in 5 years, Ryan has nearly $200,000. 200 grand. Do you know what that money does? It gives Ryan walking away power. If Ryan's boss screams at him, Ryan can quit. He has years of expenses saved. If Brian's boss screams at him, Brian has to take it. Brian is a slave to his wants. This is the secret that the wealthy know. Luxury is the enemy of liberty. The more expensive your lifestyle, the heavier your chains. Every time you upgrade your apartment, you are tightening the handcuffs. Every time you finance a car, you are adding another lock to the cell door. The reverse budget breaks the chains. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. Ryan, you are extreme. You are crazy. I want to enjoy my life today. I could get hit by a bus tomorrow. I love the bus argument. It is the favorite excuse of broke people everywhere. I might die tomorrow, so I should buy the shoes. Let's look at the odds. The odds of you dying tomorrow are statistically almost zero. The odds of you living to be 85 are extremely high. You are probably not going to die tomorrow. You are probably going to live. And if you live, do you want to live free? Or do you want to live stressed? Enjoying your life doesn't mean spending money. This is the brainwashing of consumerism. You have been tricked into believing that happiness costs money. A walk in the park is free. Reading a book from the library is free. Working out is free. Building a business is free. Spending time with your family is free. The best things in life are not wants. They are not in that 30% category. The dopamine hit you get from buying a new shirt lasts for about 20 minutes. The peace of mind you get from having $100,000 in the bank lasts forever. So, here is your mission for this week. I want you to destroy your budget. I want you to log into your bank. Look at your recurring transfers. If you are saving 10%, bump it to 20. If you are at 20, go to 30. Push it until it hurts. Push it until you feel a little bit uncomfortable. That discomfort is called growth. Then, look at your wants. Look at that 30% bucket. I want you to cut it in half. Cancel the subscriptions. Stop the dining out. Go on a spending fast for 30 days. You will realize something amazing. You don't need that stuff. You were buying it because you were bored. You were buying it because you were trying to fill a hole. But you can't fill a hole with consumer goods. You can only fill it with freedom. The 50/30/20 rule is a scam because it keeps you average. It keeps you safe. It keeps you working. If you want to be exceptional, you have to do exceptional things. You have to save like a maniac. You have to invest like your life depends on it. Because it does. Your life is not a budget spreadsheet. Your life is time. And right now, you are trading your time for money at a discount rate. Stop the trade. Buy your time back. Now, there is one massive trap that destroys even the best savers. You can have the perfect reverse budget. You can save 50%. But if you fall for this one specific middle-class trap, you will drain your account back to zero overnight. It is a trap that looks like an asset, but acts like a liability. And 90% of people fall for it in their 30s. I made a video exposing the 7 specific money traps that keep you poor. If you are serious about this, you need to watch that next. I break down exactly what they are and how to avoid them. Click this video right here. Do not let these traps steal your freedom. My name is Ryan. Stop budgeting. Start building. And I'll see you in the next one.